Hey everybody, and welcome back for another video. In today's video, we're back at the chicken brooder. We need to get some more paint put on as well. I got to add a little more framing to the roofing sections and try to get a little bit of white paint put on that as well to get it matched in with what we have done. So hopefully you checked out the last video. Me and the boy got down inside the brooder there, got some paint on the walls and the ceiling. And then I did all around the trim and stuff. So today is time for the exterior red. But like I said, I got to do a little bit of framing first, just to try to get the idea of how the roof is going to work done first. And then we'll move on to painting. So the three of us all have our painting clothes on. And we're going to do our best though to keep it clean and get some paint on this thing. Because those chicks, poults, chickens, whatever level of age they're at now in the house, they're at a stinky age. Alright?
Yeah.
They are stinking up the house. We need them out of there ASAP. So we need to get at this brooder today and try to put some finishing touches on it. Because we need to get those chickens moved out of the house right away. And I think we'll move some baby bunnies into the house when they get out. So let's get to work. Join us as we slap on some paint.
And also I hope I don't get my t-shirt full of paint because it fits me really good.
He likes the shirt he has on, so hopefully he keeps the red paint on the brooder and not on the shirt.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go kiddos. Let's get to work.
Yay!
Alright, so first thing on the agenda is a little bit of framing work, like I mentioned. And it's basically just kind of tidying up this roof area, which is going to be flipping open. And I need a better hinge area to kind of have a join here. Because what I want to do is have a little bit of plywood come down, so many inches, and then have a brace all the way across. And that will support the hinges for the opening flap. And I'll get some form of a peak or rubber material to cover the seam where the door joins onto the brace. Hopefully I can get this executed the way that I'm hoping, and that'll make a whole lot more sense to you then in what I just said. But for the most part I'm going to be taking a 2x4, butting that up here in the upper part of the roof, and then I will cover that partway down with plywood. And then I'll make the rest of the plywood when the time comes to make the rest of the roof. But I do want to get this much done, just the bracing part where the hinges are going to be going on. Alright, so that's about it to get us started. I'll slap some white paint on that then, and while that dries, we're going to put on the red paint and really get some look going on with this. But I do have one other thing before we do that as well, and that is the gable vents. I got 2 vents I need to do. Just a matter of a hole saw, cutting some pipe to length. So like I say, a few little construction tasks to finish up first, but I find that they're necessary and should add a nice character and finish to the brooder. So let's get started with one or both of that. We'll figure out what we're going to start with first. Alright, so I've decided the first thing I'm going to do is the 2x4 bracing for the hinges. So I'm just going to get a measurement on that real quick, which is 43 3/4. So I'll get a piece of 2x4, cut that to length, and that's where we'll start. Alrighty, so now that I got the cross beam in place for the hinges and for the roof swing, the next thing I need to do is I'm going to cover right from the peak down to the edge of the 2x4 with plywood. So I'm going to need 5 inches of plywood this way, but the length will be 61 inches. So I'm going to cut a piece of plywood now, 61 inches long by 5 inches wide, and we'll get that attached in place. And in between, I might throw a little bit of white paint just on that cross brace there, just to have it coated. So you may see me do that as well as we go. Alright, there we are. So now that I've got the extra wooden piece on for the roof, and I've applied almost another full tube of caulking, as you may have noticed, and I even applied more off camera, but that's what I do. Anyways, now that all that is done, I'm going to put in the gable vents. So I'm going to grab my hole saw, which is a 4-inch hole saw, but I think it's like 4 1/4 maybe. And that adds an extra little bit of width to the hole, and it allows me to put in a PVC 4-inch pipe sheath, and that will accept the vent. That's the way I did it on the chicken coop build, and it worked out well, so I'm going to repeat the process again. So I'm going to go grab my hole saw, and we'll get measuring things up here now to get them centered and find a nice spot for the gable vents. And go ahead and try not to crack my wrist while getting those drilled out. Now, as far as getting my gable hole lined up in the right spot, I'm not being overly complicated with it. Basically, I'm going right in the middle of my I forgot what the name of that was again. My ridge beam. There you go. My little ridge beam. I'm going right from the middle of that, and I'm actually going to take a level, so I can just find a straight line down using the level, okay, like such, and I'm just going to come down probably 3 inches. I think that'll give me enough leeway for 2 inches of the hole. Actually, I'll probably come down 4 inches. 4 inches, I believe, should be well enough. I think that looks pretty good to center it up there. So again, on my mark, center it up. My level bulb down there, down to my 4-inch mark, and there we are. Marked a little X marks the spot. And now what I'm going to do is just grab my hole saw, which is here, and just kind of put the drill bit on the X, size it up, how that's going to look. That looks pretty good to me. Right, gives me lots of space. That should be nice. So 4 inches down, I'm going to mark the same on the other side here now. Okay, so same deal. I'm just going to come down from the ridge beam 4 inches. Make a little line. And then I'm going to eyeball the middle of my ridge beam. Just right there. Take my level. Line it up with the mark. Get an even bubble. Like so. Now I've covered over my 4-inch mark. Let's bring that over a little further. Okay, get my bubble even. Like so. And there we are. X marks the spot. So, time to get my hole saw ready. And I'm going to pop a hole all the way through there. Same on the other side. And then I'm going to make up my pipe sheaths once I get the exact measurement of depth for it. Alright, here we go, round 2. I don't know if you guys have the same experience with these as myself, but it really grabs on the plywood, I find, and really gives your wrist a knocking, so be very careful. Now that I got my hole made, I'm just going to get a full measurement, which is 2 1/4 inches. Yep, 2 1/4 should do the trick. And I'm going to cut some of my 4-inch PVC pipe and lay that in there as a sheath, so that I'll try to seal it as best I can then with caulking, and put the sheath in there, and hopefully that'll prevent moisture from making its way down inside the walls as well, and give it a nice seal. And it's worked well in the past, so hopefully it works well again. So let's go ahead now. I'm going to get the miter saw to make good, nice tidy cuts, but you can, if you're doing this yourself, you know, use what you got. But 2 1/4 inch, and we'll make a nice cut of PVC, get those fit in there. And at that point in time, we should be ready to put on some red paint. at this point in time now, I am ready to apply some more caulking. Fill this hole really well, butter it around, and then we'll apply the PVC pipe. So I'm just going to put a good gob in here, and I'll just smear that around, get everything sealed, and leave enough to adhere to the PVC pipe. There we go, that's spread pretty nicely. Now I will get the pipe that we just cut. And just kind of spin that in there. We'll put a bit of pressure on different sides to get it sealed. Take the excess that squirt out, and I'll use that on the other side. And I'll probably use a little bit of it to seal around the edges here. Alright, so now I'm just going to repeat that process on this side. Okay, nice and liberal with the caulking. There we are, and now I will, after cleaning off my finger, I'll get the piece of pipe right here, and again just gently twisting that in, bring it in place. So there we are. I'll go ahead, tidy this up off camera, and we should be able to come back and do some painting. May need to let this set up a little bit if we're painting in this area, but otherwise we should be good to go. Alright, there we are. All the construction pieces are done. I had to send the kids back in the house and let them relax and play their phones while I got that little bit of stuff added on. I had kind of forgotten that needed to be done before we put on the red paint, but at least it's all done now. Turned out great. The vents look great, and I think we're ready for paint at this time. So I'm going to head in and get the kids to come on back out here, and we'll start putting paint on this thing, and hopefully it turns out as well as I think it should. And once this paint is on, we should be down to making a lid, putting on a front door, putting on a clean out door, putting some mesh in the side windows, and that should be about it. Anything as far as weatherproofing, it can be done at a later date before the winter comes, as far as like a swing down shutter for the side windows, but that's neither here nor there for now. Alright, we need to get this thing ready, get the chicks out of the house. They're stinking up the place. Alright, so I'm going to go get the kids. Hopefully the caulking and everything is all set up there. And let's make a few more memories with the kids here now doing some painting. Alright, let's get going. Alright, so it is painting time. So I already gave this a good shake. So I'll get some of this out in the liner. I still never picked up an actual rolling tray since my last, so I'm just going to use the liner again. And again, this is Firecracker Red, but I think they mixed it a bit wrong. It's pretty light, but I'm still using it.
Is this the one you use on the other coop?
Yeah, this is the one I used on the rabbit house.
What about the other one?
It's the same.
chicken
It was
coop?
supposed to be the same color as the chicken coop, but I think this is a bit lighter. I don't know. All right.
And that's why I have two trays, because the roller will go in that tray, and the brushes will go in that tray.
Exactly. All right. Now, I'm going to get you guys a separate table for your tray, and I'll use this one on the front. You guys will start on the side.
This one? Right here?
Yeah. Alright, you guys start in, and I'll start on the front. Let's see what we can get done. Alright, so I'm going to try and cut in on some of this.
I'm doing another coating.
Yeah.
First I'm going to do one coating, but I'm trying to cover up this hole I see so nobody sees it with more layers. See what I do is oh, good. We really need this tissue.
Yeah,
It's dripping a little bit.
that's alright.
Paint isn't supposed to be hard if it's this type of paint. Yeah, especially red paint. I done a tiny bit risky part, but I done good. So I'm not going to do any more.
Okay.
I'm trying not to go too close to the window.
Yeah.
I'm really trying my hardest. Like, lose the part. And for me, we're trying to make up whose side it was. And we said, it's our side.
That's right.
We're all working on it together.
Mm-hmm.
You're going for a risky white part.
Yeah.
I done a bit of risky part. You can tell it right up there.
Oh, yeah.
Same over here. I'm doing risky parts. I'm just going to add on a tiny bit. And I'm like, oh, Daddy. Oh, you're so good.
Good.
So you're
Careful. So, use the paint. That inside.
That's so smart. It's way harder on but this is the little thing that dripped was all dry, but it's from the painted on last time, like the white thing. Some white drip where some red is supposed to go. Like, should I do it?
Paint over it.
So I have to get the other white part. Oh, that's really cute. See, you just got your clothes open. Oops, I got it. Oh, man. You're going to try. I have a little bit on my belly. Me trying to get that. Try going like this. Oh, yeah. Like that. Perfect. Ooh, like baby butter. Ooh, like butter. This is very risky. See, why are you painting that right there? Because there's tape there. Oh, you're trying to paint it? I'm not trying to paint. I'm not trying to paint the tape. I'm going to do a downset, like you just paint a bit of the tape. I'm going to do it. Oh, you told me this. So you do this. So you try to get it wet, but not fully wet. Like you do that. Like just right next to the tape. Just right next. Yeah. Just right next. That's nice. Watch out. I'm coming in with the paint. I have a little spot that I'm wondering if I should do right there. Right there. That. Should I do right there? That stuff right there? Or
Yeah, you'll do that. That seems close. Actually, you can do it. Tape it there to block. You know, but just be careful.
I'm just going to have a tiny little piece. I got a bit of paint on my hand.
That's alright.
That'll wash off. Yep. So we're painting the paint. Yeah. The white paint on the outside.
The daddy over on your side. But now, daddy needs to get the rubber. Good job.
That's nice. This is the smearing. You're going to do smearing, right, Dad?
Yep. Thank you.
Just going to lay it right on. Thank you. So let's go have some fun while Daddy's doing his work.
Oh, it's so grab your brush. Let's get going again.
Where is my brush?
Right there next to Sissy.
Right there. Oh, I went on that button.
So I'll probably have to do the second coat myself. You guys will be going hard.
Yeah, probably. How come you won't fun?
I think I gotta work tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Daddy's gonna rest.
Don't get too close to the window now. I will. I'm just going to paint right there. Yeah, that's good right there. Don't cross this line. That's the safe. But I already crossed it. Wait, it's not touching the window. That's all that matters. I'll cross it. Thank you for letting me cross it. No, I will actually cross it. Watch. It's okay. Oh, I'm going to don't go too close to the window. And this one is right there. This is actually one up there. Not allowed to go across that. Only I am to make it longer. No, up there is the line. Don't cross this line. Right, sis? Yeah. You can definitely cross that line, but not right there. they all break the lines. Dan, there's no line going to be a line. Do you know why? You want to paint over lines. Oh no. Stay away from it. Paint the nail. You want me to paint the nail? No. Red? No. Yes, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. You asked me and I said no and you said yes. I said yes. You said no. Well, that's here. Yes, go right there. I rub it so fast. This team looks good. Yeah, I love teamwork. Get things done.
Many hands make light work.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
And teamwork does make the dream work.
Our dream is to have the chickens in the coop, and we're using teamwork, so it's gonna
Our
work.
dream is to have less stinking knives.
Yeah. Definitely. That's definitely. Those smell like raccoon when you fart.
Raccoon.
They smell like those raccoons when they fart, right? Is it skunks? Skunks. Yeah. When they fart, right? Yeah. Oh my god! See, do you want to see Bob Ross paint? What's Bob Ross paint? See, this is the Bob Ross paint thing. This is the Bob Ross paint. Just near this. Okay. Nope, never mind. You asked me since I let you near it. Yep. I'm just making up a joke. Yep. I actually got to let you bring one here. See, as I touched the paint and I'm like, where is this paint on my hand? Do we need to paint inside the little holes that are there?
No, there it is.
Okay.
Are you ready for me?
Yep. This is where you're going to be on the top layer window, the rest, right?
That's right.
Is it time for us to go to the party?
I don't know. How close?
Hey, what do you want?
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have the first coat done on video. I'm going to do the second coat off camera. These kiddos got a birthday party to get to, so I'm going to finish up the final layers while they're gone. And I'm going to let it dry for now before I begin that. But as far as the thumbnail of this video goes, you should be able to see the finished product with 2.5, 3 coats. Let's see how much patience I got. But overall, great day. We got the roof gable vents in, as well as the roof extension. A vast amount of caulking done, and first layer of paint, soon to be second layer, maybe even third, like I said. So, as we said during the video, I don't know if I edited it in there, if you guys heard it while I was just talking with the kids. We say, you know, many hands make light work, and teamwork makes the dream work. So that's exactly what we did today on painting the brooder. and we're one step closer to getting it outside and getting those stinky chicks out of our house.
Poof. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah. So next video hopefully will be the one where I get doors on this and we get it outside and move the chicks out of the house. That's the goal anyways. So we'll see what happens in that next video. But until that next video happens, hope you're happy, hope you're healthy, take care of each other,
And peace out.